Hi guys, we finally have some sun. Um, and I decided that I am going to separate out my gardening videos from my daily vlogs to one, prevent my daily vlogs to be so long, and two, I have half of my viewers who are just interested in my gardening, and the other half is more interested in my vlogs. So I'm just going to separate them out. And today I'm going to do a just a container garden tour. And I am in Central Coast, California, and I am in growing zone 9B. I used to be in Southern California out in Orange County, and that, depending where I was, is depending in Orange County. I think where I was in Orange County was more inland, so I was in growing zone 10B, so we have long growing seasons. Here I'm still adjusting, even though it's not that big of a difference, but we have been in the 60s, and I think this is like one of the rare times that it's sunny, so I'm going to take advantage of my growing season, or the sun now, so that way I can film my garden tour. And keep in mind, I am in a significantly smaller space than I was when I was in Orange County. I have no in-ground gardening whatsoever. Everything is in pots, which is a bit different for me. But last year, I had some really great success with my tomatoes and all of the produce that I had. We actually still have tomatoes from last year that I froze that my husband uses when he makes stews and soups and things like that. So yeah, I don't use any chemical fertilizers. I actually just put fish fertilizer yesterday. Sorry to my neighbors. But that's pretty much what I do. I use bone meal, blood meal, and fish fertilizer on my plants. So let's get started. Okay, let's start off over here. Here I've just planted just some succession pechay, sort of like a longer bok choy, and I just had so many tomatoes. I started so many, and I just started sticking them wherever I can. But I'm going to have an excess of tomatoes, so definitely going to be giving that away. Have some cucumbers growing here, hoping it's going to trellis up. Along the back here, this is where I really have my cucumbers in the back, as you can see right over there. I don't know why. I think this just seeded there. It's a zinnia, and it's about to bud. So why not? I have more zinnias there, so I'll probably just snip off the bud and make a floral arrangement there, but it's growing amongst the cucumbers. Here I have a mixture of my beans, pole beans, long beans, and then here I have really long sweet peas. And this has been it's been thriving because it's been so cold. But as it warms up, I anticipate that it's going to kind of be done. I have a cucumber and pepper here. I actually don't even know what cucumber that is. I think it's a bush. And then I have a pepper there. And then this is my tomato forest. I have just been pruning them to make sure that there is enough airflow, as well as been staking them. Now, I don't know what they are. My daughter took out all of the labels, but I do have quite a lot of flowers. I mean, they're a mixture of Napa Chardonnay, Sun Gold, Mortgage, I mean, quite a lot. I'll once I see them, I'll know exactly what they are. And then I have my kangkong here, kind of hiding in the shade. I like to keep it moist because it likes moist weather there. Moist, not weather, moist soil. And so I like to keep it a little bit shaded, so it's perfect here in the in between the tomatoes. So along the path of the tomatoes here, I still have a lot of companion planting with some marigolds throughout. And then here I have a eggplant and a pepper that's starting to really take off. This I'm going to be clearing out soon because these are just my lettuces, romaine, and red and green romaine. So this is going to be clearing out. I think I'm going to put some peppers in here. More tomatoes, as well as some marigolds. I had so much tomatoes. And then I have an eggplant here, and then also a ground cherry, and then another ground cherry. It's really thriving, along with some sunflowers, an eggplant here, and then a tomato and some other things sprouted there. I saw a potato sprouted, and then I think this is a Chinese broccoli. So I just let that be. This is a very tall sunflower, and it looks like it's about to bud as well. So I can't wait to see it's about to bud right there. Can't wait to see that. And then I have a kabocha squash that's going to go up here as well. And then this is my Swiss chard that we've been picking from. And then I got some peppers. I have some 2 sweet banana peppers, and then 1 shishito. And then I put more additional Swiss chard because there was a potato plant that volunteered in my Swiss chard. I'm gonna have to pull that up. Like I said, I had so many tomato starts, and I gave so many away. Still have so much, so I had tomato growing here, more there, and then more here, and again more here. This is where all my bok choy was. I pulled them up, and then I just needed to get these in the ground. They were dying. I felt bad for them. Got them out in the ground. And then here's another tomato. This is a squash that I have, and I have actually a really nice looking squash back there. I think it's called a cocazelli. Another tomato plant with a marigold, and then some other zucchini type. This one, I think it's my patola. More tomatoes, and this is my zinnia patch. They're all growing. I think they're all looking for some water. I think they're not used to the sun, and so these are about to blossom as well. And then I got a little radish plant here, so I'm going to be able to pick that. And then these are patty pan. So interesting. I have a little compost pile, and I have so many volunteers, which I didn't think that they're going to survive, but it looks like they're surviving. And it's actually been pretty helpful because all the bugs are going into this. And it actually, my husband is so baffled or shocked because he didn't realize that that's how like soil or compost is that the bugs go, eat the food that's there, and they poop, and that's what the compost is. And he was just, he kept thinking that I kept dumping soil in there, and I said, no, I'm not dumping any soil in there. That's just what it does. So hopefully I turn it every month, and so the bottom soil, I think it should be good to go in some container gardens for next growing season. So what do I have that still needs to be put in the plant? So I planted watermelon at my mom's house, but the bugs ate it, so I had 2 more, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. This I'm saving for my cousin, but I haven't seen her in a while. And then, okay, these are my Micro Tom orange hat tomatoes, and I have every intention to give them away. They have marigolds as companion planting, every intention to give it away. It's hard for me to part from them because I want to see them produce. I want to see them grow. I want to make sure that they have the best possible life in producing. And the person I have in mind to give it away, I'm not sure that they're too much of a gardener. And so, I don't know. Help me. I know. I'm like, this is a gift for them. And I'm like, I'm not giving it. What the heck? Come on, Jamie Lee. Get with the program. And this is what I have growing in my little greenhouse here for some succession planting. So I have some additional cucumbers, squash, ampalaya actually as well. Again, and watermelon. Again, my daughter took out the labels, so I don't know. I'm gonna wait for a little bit longer for them to grow, and maybe wait for a little warmer weather before I plant them out. I do have some pepper that's growing. I do want more peppers because I do like to make my own hot sauce, and more peppers down there. And last but not least, I got a little container to go in my front and these are all just flowers. So I put different types of zinnias here, different types of calendulas, and sunflowers. I really wanted to grow along the side here of my front, and I am going to get another smaller one or maybe the same size for the same thing. But I do have several of them popping up, which I'm really excited about. So that is my quick container garden tour. I'm going to be more in detail moving forward, especially when I start seeing what type of varieties they are and start seeing more fruit. So far, aside from the sweet peas, I don't have any fruit. I see small squashes, I see small cucumbers, but I definitely want to show more of the produce. And then also I'm going to switch between my garden and also my mom's garden, because I love my mom's garden, and so that's going to be exciting. So I hope you enjoyed this patio garden tour, and just know it doesn't matter how small of a space you have. If you want to grow what you eat, you can do it in any size. So I hope this encouraged you. If you have any questions about gardening, please write them down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.